Washington State Democratic Party Chair Shasti Conrad joins us now. Shasti, thanks for being with us. What was your reaction to the president's address tonight?
Well, we knew that we were probably going to be hearing a lot of lies, and that is what we heard again. It was a lot of bluster from the president. It was a lot of boasting, but not much about solutions for everyday working people. Certainly we're not seeing much of a change in economy as he promised that it would be on day one. And I think we got more of the same, of just a lot of lies and a lot of things about him and his rich friends.
What's your message to people in Washington concerned about Trump's policies?
That we have to stand up and we have to make sure that we are demonstrating that we're not going to just take this quietly. It's really important that leadership in the Republican Party knows that we are going to continue to fight. We're going to make sure that we are delivering for the American people. He promised to bring down the price of eggs, and that hasn't happened. And we need to make sure that we are definitely showing people that we hear them, that we know that we've got to continue to stand up for them, and that we're in this fight, and that I think the Democrats are going to be better able to help them and make sure that we're delivering for folks than what the president and Elon Musk are giving us right now.
How is the Democratic Party feeling right now about Trump's new tariffs, specifically the tariffs against Canada and Mexico?
Well, certainly, here in Washington State, right, we're a border state. And so we know that there is a lot of that cross-border trade that happens between us and Canada. We certainly are hearing that there are people who are, from Canada who would typically come and travel and spend money here, even in Washington State, are not doing that. It's difficult for our folks to cross the border and to work with, many of the relationships that they have in Canada. And so I think we are just starting to see and feel what these tariffs are doing for our people here, not in Washington State alone, but certainly across the country.
Shasti, we've seen some protests around the state. Do you think that Trump's presidency, is helping or is hurting your party here in Washington State?
Well, look, I'm proud to be in this Washington. Democrats won, every single statewide office. We grew our majorities in the state legislature. And, we are demonstrating that our policies are popular, that people want to be led and represented by Democrats. I think what we're seeing is an outpouring of activism and new engagement as people are wanting to demonstrate that they are not going to take what Trump and Elon Musk are doing, and they're not going to sit idly by. We have to show that we are standing up, that that we are an engaged citizenry that is fighting for our rights and is not going to let them destroy our government and also take away people's jobs and people's benefits. I mean, that's happening to people right here in Washington State.
Shasti Conrad, Democratic Party Chair for our state, we thank you so much for being up late with us tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah.